please provide a warm welcome for your Reefskate Tournament MCs, Kyle Fender and Monish Patel.
Good morning, Gwinnett. Welcome to day 2 here at the Gwinnett District event presented by Gwinnett County School System and this year's challenge, Reefskate, sponsored by Haas. Thank you guys for an amazing set of qualification matches. We've seen a lot of high-powered play. We saw a new high score for the state, so we're about to see some fireworks today. But I want you to think about something before we get into what we're going to get into today, right? Regardless of what happens today, whether you win, whether you lose, you guys are learning something here. The skills that you are taking away from competitions like this, from your build season, is going to help you to grow, not just into a better engineer, but as a better person. And what I want you to also think about is this, right? This right here, Gwinnett, is the home of the Peachtree District. Realistically, a couple decades ago, Peachtree started right here in Gwinnett, a couple decades ago, with only a couple teams. But now think to where we are now. A couple decades later, a thriving district, many, many teams that come out from this district, and not just that, we have some of the best engineers in the world coming from the state of Georgia. So think about what we've been able to do in the last couple decades, and think about what the next 50 years looks like coming from this state, from this district. And think about this. You guys are going to be a part of it. I want you to wave your hands to me. Who here is a senior about to become a first alumni? There we go. Good. Awesome. Now, hopefully today is not your last first experience. I'm very excited that you guys are part of our first family. And what I want you to think about is this. First is not just these 4 years. Connie always says that there is no exit plan. What I'm also going to tell you is this. First provides so many unique opportunities for you past the classroom, past college. For example, myself and Monish were both able to be interns at a wonderful sponsor here at GeorgiaFIRST, AutomationDirect.com. That is something that came from our involvement with the FIRST program. But there's even more opportunities. So what I want to encourage you is this. After you leave here, or even today when you have a down moment, I want you to go to firstinspires.org/alumni, and I want you to look at all the opportunities that are available to you. And one other thing I want you to think about is this. If you see something that you like doing here at Georgia First, whether it be what we do, whether it be as a referee, there are alumni littered all throughout our crew. If you want to be a part of this experience, come find us during the day, and we'll let you know what it's like to be part of the Georgia First family. And hopefully next year, if you are an alumni coming into the family, we'll see you here on this field as well.
All right. Yes. Thank you, Kyle. I do want to see, can all the alumni in this building raise their hand? Alumni. Look at how many responses we have. Amazing. Thank you so much. And talking about the unique opportunities that participating in the Peachtree District and FIRST Robotics as a whole, I would like to introduce our first speaker of this morning. His dedication to FIRST, the robotics teams he has mentored, the Gwinnett County Public School System, is a testament to the positive influence he has had on so many. As the chair of this event, I've lost it so hard right now. There's so much highlight. As chair of the Gwinnett Qualifier Local Planning Committee, he puts in long hours to ensure this event is the best it can be. Join me in thanking and welcoming Mr. Mike Riley with the Gwinnett County Public School System.
I was waiting to see what it said under my name. Good morning. Good morning. This is awesome. I'm so excited. Thank you for being here. We're so excited to have an event in what I call the original PCH. If you are not old enough to remember, in 2005, when I started with FIRST, we were in the Gwinnett Center. So welcome back. This is great. Quick story, this is not a dad flex, I swear. So my daughter was fortunate enough to get into MIT last year. And yeah, it's pretty cool. And if you're poor, you don't pay a lot of tuition, so it's a great thing. She had just took her first engineering class up there. Just started it. And she said, Dad, it's amazing. There's first people and there's not first people. And the not first people hate the first people. And I said, why is that? She said, they know how to build stuff. They know how to do stuff. So first of all, to yourselves, you guys have an advantage. Congratulations. But even more, I'd love for you to say thank you to your volunteers, because if you weren't aware, FIRST is an all-volunteer organization. All of these people are helping you have that advantage. Loudness, please. Last thing I want to say is today's going to get tense. Today's going to get crazy. But remember, overall, gracious professionalism in every way. You guys have been great about our facility. We have a wonderful facility. And if you keep treating it right, we're going to keep coming back. And you have been, so thank you. But also in competition, in the heat and heart of competition, continue to help each other. It's not you against them. It's us against the world. And we can do this. This is really cool. So as you go today, please, Woody Flowers, gracious professionalism, cooperation, be that model. Thank you for coming today. Have a great day.
Thank you, Mike. Reminder, he's actually a Woody Flowers Finalist Award winner as well, so, you know. Now, as you guys know, partnerships and sponsors are a big reason why we're able to do a lot of what we do in the state of Georgia with FIRST. And the belief in our mission and the values that we present is the reason that we are able to bring in such amazing sponsors, one of which is here today. One of our newest partners with GeorgiaFIRST, Zebra Technologies. He's also serving on the GeorgiaFIRST Board of Directors. Let me welcome Mr. Matt Osman.
Hello, hello. I am so pumped up to be here. How does Thunderstruck not get your heart going and your blood flowing? So I could not be more proud of looking out in the audience and seeing the amazing talent from future engineers that we will have across the country. With Zebra, one of the things that we do is actually make robots. We do handhelds, printers, and other things, but we have robots that move around warehouses, retail facilities, and I see future Zebras in many of you. I hope to see some of you, whether it's internships or future jobs, but I think about the talent that we need to create the future. You are part of that talent. The skills you're learning here, whether it be making things move, picking things up, doing the coding, the development, those are the things that are going to be the future of jobs and the workforce in the future. Thank you for what you're doing here. I'm so proud of all of you. Have a great day and good luck.
So, you know how I talked about how alumni are really great and they show the product of what we do here at FIRST? Well, I have an alumni coming up here to talk about what we do with GeorgiaFIRST and what he does at his company, Price Industries. So I'm going to introduce from Team 5293 and a manufacturing process engineer at Price Industries, Mr. Zach Auburn.
Hi, everyone. My name is Zach. I'm a Duluth High alumni and a founding member of Team 5293 back in 2014. From there, I later graduated in 2017, pursuing my degree in mechanical engineering from Kennesaw State. Now, my current role is that of a manufacturing engineer at Price Industries, and we've been rapidly growing over the past couple of years. My current role is similar to that of a machine startup engineer, where as we've purchased a lot of new machines, as soon as those machines get around to the 6-7 figure range, I'm the first person who gets involved with those expensive machines. That means I'm the first person who learns how to program, operate and do maintenance on these very high-end machines. These machines are really cool. They're also really scary. Back in October, I was calibrating one of them, and I totaled a $20,000 servo. That was a lot of fun at Friday. And that was a fun email to send out, too. But I didn't just fall into this role. I've come into this role from my background in problem solving and dealing with high-stress, fast-paced environments. I learned the foundations of that from right here in FIRST Robotics. These competitions are very fast-paced, very short development times, and unexpected stuff happens all the time. Yesterday, mid-match, we blew a motor on our coral shooter. We had to go into a match with a non-functional mechanism. Still, we worked with the team, developed a plan to go into the match and still be functional, and had a one-match turnaround time to have it fixed. That type of skills, those soft skills, you can't learn in the classroom. It's honestly, you got to learn it here in FIRST. Those skills develop and bring you into the real world, and like FIRST is one of the best ways to learn it. Last week, some of my engineering managers were a little frustrated about having to parse through about 70 resumes for our interns this summer. Luckily, I was able to come in and say, hey, I have 5 Gwinnett FRC alumni resumes right here. They were able to shoot up to the front of the line because my managers know from me, as well as a couple of my co-workers, that these alumni are gonna be ready. They're used to these fast-paced environments with large teams, and they're gonna be ready for anything unexpected happening to them. So parents, when your students are wanting to spend an extra 5-10 hours a week on robotics, know that it's not just a club that they're doing, it's honestly professional development. So let them continue and pursue their passion, because it'll pay off in the future. Thank you all.
Thank you. What a great living example of what FIRST can do for you. I'm sure it's come in handy many times, even on the job. Just so you know what you're doing, this is where you find out what you're doing. All right, to make FIRST events run smoothly, it takes many dedicated volunteers. An event like this takes over 100 volunteers of all sorts. So now I want to introduce you to some of our terrific volunteers that put in all the hard work you see here. Our lead event director, Miss Beth Culp. Lead AV, Scott Lee, Ross Lindsay, and Matthew Zakoon. Lead electrical and layout, Mr. Parker Bass. Our team liaison and a cure, Miss Lisa Hatch. Lead queuing, Miss Kathy Wood. The man, the myth, the legend, and lead vocals, Mr. Roy McConnell. Lead practice field, I'm sure you've used that one, Mr. Kellen Hill. And to thank our most valuable asset in the building, the Georgia Power Machine Shop, led by Mr. Flint Shepard. Please welcome back the judges. Hopefully you've had the chance to meet and impress them right here. Your hardworking referees. Your lead robot inspector, Mr. Jason Wood. Lead CSA, Mr. Charles Dingler. A reminder that all teams must be re-inspected after their final qualification match to be eligible in the playoff tournament. Keep it going, y'all. Lead CSA right here. There's so many volunteers that put in countless hours of work and planning before and during the event. We start planning for events like this all the way in September. All the way in September. And that is where we first start planning what exactly we're going to do with this event. So please introduce your field volunteers, which includes your resetters, scorekeepers, and FTAs, led by Mr. Adam Britton and Mr. Eric Nikonvich. Field supervisor, Mr. Adam Turney, and lead scorekeeper, Mr. Ray Sperlin. Your pit volunteers, which includes pit admin, spare parts, and safety attendants, and your awesome pit admin supervisor, Ms. Ashi Patel. The volunteers working behind the scenes, like at volunteer registration, and our fabulous volunteer coordinator, Miss Mary Rutland and Miss Val Strain. And we cannot forget our hardworking team, Load In, Load Out crew, led by Mr. Brian Cooksey. And now a word from Mr. Roy McConnell.
As you all know, we are a community that works together, plays together, and associates with each other. And one of our teams here at Georgia First has recently experienced a loss that affects their team and the others associated with them. Please join us in a moment of silence as we support, as a community, for Team 2415, the Wildcats, as they face the challenges associated with their recent loss. Thank you.
Thank you, Roy. Moments like that are why we continuously show that Georgia First is a family. And hopefully we get to continue that family experience here today at Gwinnett. We have a couple more qualification matches to finish. Then after we finish all of our qualification matches for today, we will then move into our line selection, my favorite part of the day. From there, we will determine our 8 playoff alliances to compete to see who will be the champion here at the Gwinnett District event. Later during our playoff tournament, we will also be giving out awards. So just as a reminder, don't leave. Stay here. It's going to be amazing today, right? Like I said, regardless of what happens, today is going to be an amazing day for you. So before we get into our wonderful event here, day 2, let me introduce to you, singing our national anthem, our all first choir. The flag is right up here to my left, right over here. To my right, your left. All right. Well, it's time to go ahead and get our qualification matches back underway for our Gwinnett District event. Let me reintroduce the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Roy McConnell.
Good morning once again as we get set up for match number 49. We'll let you know who the teams are in just a moment.